What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Rorik Stream, and we are back after well, a very long hiatus from the last upload, but we're checking out Diablo 2 again. Why? Well, I grew up playing Diablo on my brother's PC, and Diablo 2 Resurrected is coming soon by the end of this year. I've already registered for the pre-alpha testing, and definitely we'll go ahead and get ourselves a copy of Diablo 2 Resurrected. So the neat thing is that it's just reskinned most, like, let's say 98%, 99% of the game mechanics and calculations are the same. They've made changes such as player comfort or quality of life changes, as what they call it, which is available in mods. So, let's create a new character. I won't lie, I've been playing this
Good
for
day.
a few days now, and let's just discuss some of the quality of life changes that they've implemented in this new game. So, well, technically not a new game, but a remaster of Diablo 2. So, one I believe is that for your stats, there will be like an advanced stat page that will let you see, instead of you calculating manually how many IAS or increased attack speed, block rate, um, faster cast rate, magic finding, all of those things, should be able to see that in the advanced setting. In the inventory, still the same slots, same things, with your swap weapons here. But you would be able to compare what you're currently equipped with an item. For example, you have an extra item here. You'd be able to compare it with your current equipped one so that you can decide. The reason is there's no locked or class lock for items in Diablo 2. One of the big things that I like is that instead of this number of cells that you have here for your stash, they're going to make it 10 by 10. So larger stash space, and you have your personal stash for your character, and you also have a shared stash, which is, I believe, available in the Pluggy mod. But in Pluggy, you have like hundreds of pages for your personal stash, hundreds of pages for your shared stash. So limitless amount of storage there. Virtually, you can store every good gear that you can find in the game. But you only get like 10 by 10, I believe, in your personal, and then 10 by 10 for your shared. But you don't need to get a mule through BattleNet to actually transfer one item from another. So let's say you're playing a sorceress, and then since you have a sorceress, most likely you'll be running Magic Find or MF. Then you might be getting a lot of stuff that your sorceress wouldn't be able to use, but might be good for your other characters. Or let's say you get Shaco or you get Goblin Toes. You can share that since those are like rare items, and you want to share that with your other characters since you don't want to get like three Goblin Toes since you have three characters that you use often. You can share that with your other characters as well, through the of course the shared stash. Um, and I think they have also implemented that if you already have save files for your D2, then you should be able to move that or transfer that over to Resurrected.
Evil
Neat.
beware.
Evil beware. Oh, a lot of the audio as well is remastered to actually follow like 7.1 audio. And yeah, I know there's a lot of those things, but definitely I'm excited to have Diablo 2 remastered, since this is actually the game that introduced me to RPG. Definitely spent hundreds of hours playing Diablo 2 with my brother, my elder brother, and we often, like, within the whole weekend, 48 hours, he'd play 24 hours, I'd play 24 hours, we bring each other's food while we're playing, and basically never sleep. And those are the memories of Diablo 2 for me. And yeah, even 20 years later, look at the game. It's, of course, it didn't age well. Well, basically, it's already been 20 years. But whatever you see here, you can't transition smoothly from the remaster skin or reskinned Diablo, the Diablo 2 Resurrected. Cheap topaz there. You'd be able to switch smoothly between if you like the feel of the classic D2. We go for charge bolt here. Okay, and we're not going to do any speed runs or anything since I'm not a speed runner and I don't master or any mechanics of a game. I can't actually because our brain cells are limited. And we have so many things that we're doing that we can't actually spend all of our brain power mastering these things. But as you can see there on the screen, top right, you should be able to see the official trailer for Diablo 2 Resurrected. Okay, so we get a river map here. So what we're looking for is the Den of Evil. Come on. What I don't like about early game. You think about your stamina, you need to think about your attack rating. Since you can't cast so many spells. So that technique I learned from Mr. Llama. So I mark it with a town portal. Then I look for basically we will be looking for cold plains. I don't have stamina potions. But again, this is how the game is. Have you spend... Now remember, this game actually runs at 25 FPS. Now they said they will be converting this to 60 FPS in the remastered version. But the calculations will remain the same, so... for those of you who don't know, Diablo actually is like per cell. So you actually have a grid in your screen. If you cast on this grid, that's where the direction of your spell will go. If you cast a little bit off angle, it will still follow the closest grid. So this is the reason why we
Greetings. There is
left
a
the town portal,
order welcomes you.
Left the town portal there. Now we won't be needing that for now. I'd like to get... Oh, not enough. What's this? 450. Eh. We're so poor. Anywho.
This place is trouble.
Now the Den of Evil, as you know, you need to purge it of all. 100%. You need to clean it. So this is where my brother and I got the habit of actually fighting every monster in the game, even though it's not Den of Evil, just for the hell of it. But yeah, we basically like completing all of the maps, making sure all of the walls are explored, probably to get better loot. But whatever the reason is, that's how we played it before. We're not going to play uh, that manner this time, since we'll just be enjoying the game. Let's just put more in charge bolt for lightning damage. But if you get the angle right, like you'd actually be able to hit it like shotgun style. That's just going to be our early game. Probably will switch later. Throwing knife, by the way, is good early game money. Fallen shamans will resurrect these fallens. So for Den of Evil, it's always recommended to kill the fallen shamans first before these. Wands, scepters, things that is possible of giving you plus to skills, even for other characters, is a good loot. Not the katars or assassin stuff though, since those
Not enough mana.
are garbage. See, the Fallens are being resurrected by this bonehead right here. Something that I learned from Mr. Llama as well is... Oh, there's still... Shaman. Something that I learned from Mr. Llama is if you see the cursor right here, if you cast Charge Bolt closer to your character, as you can see here, it will spread out more. If your cursor is further out, it will concentrate more going towards that direction compared to something closer that will actually make it scatter more. Okay. There's the birthday boy. I saw this channel that actually made animations for Diablo, like joke animations, and yeah, it's entertaining. You guys gotta check that out. I forgot the YouTube page, but you'd be able to see his videos right away if you search for D2 animation. It's really cool. Like, he placed a lot of effort into videos. I think he has a lot of episodes actually for D2.
Not enough mana. I need mana. More? Okay. If you're actually around
5 monsters left. You should be able to see that updated in your quest screen. It means I might actually have still a fallen group somewhere in the map. Yeah, very slow progression here, guys. Like I mentioned, it's not going to be a speed run. But basically, I'll be sharing with you whatever I've learned from the people that I watch. Okay, we're hoping that that'll be 2 slots.
Not enough mana.
Okay, a few left. 4. See, it updated the quest. We're down to 3. We have 2 fallen here. Only down 1 monster left. This is the frustrating part. When you have 1 monster left and you realize it's just a zombie or, yeah, a revived fallen somewhere.
This cave has been purged of evil.
Now when you talk to Akara after
comes
the Den of Evil,
Good evening.
you actually get the respec, the reset stat, and reset skill points. If you have Pluggy installed, you get that for free. This only has 1 socket. We're looking for 2 sockets. Armor is not that big of a deal for us as of current. We can basically wait for better loot. Use that temporarily. Probably put some for strength.
Good evening.
Okay, so for speedrunners, basically they don't do all of the quests. For us, of course, we do every quest from
Welcome,
normal, nightmare, and
Outlander,
hell.
to our glorious hovel. My rogue scouts have just reported an abomination in the monastery graveyard.
Yep,
Apparently,
that's
Andario-
Blood Raven.
Oh, great.
Or if you'll be the one that we'll be using to
Hi
bug
there.
Andario
What can I do for you?
in the future. Need 2 sockets. I don't have enough money though. But basically we're looking for 2 sockets, and we'd be hunting for runes from the Countess for Tal Eth. That'll give us stealth. Which is something that we'd be using a lot, actually. It's a good armor for speedrunners, but it's great for sorcerers because of the
Where can I
faster
take you?
cast rate. So you get FCR, or faster cast rate, FHR, faster hit recovery, so on and so forth. From stealth armor, but it's definitely a good rune word. So there are a couple of things that you need to keep in mind. You do get runes, which is like the chipped ruby that we just got earlier. Different rune words will give you different bonuses whenever you put them on a socketed item. The thing is, if you put them in the correct order in a socketed normal item, so meaning it's not magical, it's not blue, it's not yellow, it's not a set item, and you put the proper rune words in the proper order, you'd be able to get
Mana.
the rune word bonus. So in our case, we need exactly a 2-socket. Oh, champion. So we need exactly a 2-socket armor, and then put Tau, and then F to get Tau F, which is stealth. I know most of you guys would be clicking on a video about Diablo 2 who would have already known those things, since this is a 20-year-old game. But this is for the benefits of those that might have stumbled upon the video and is curious what the hype is about Diablo 2, since Blizzard is announcing, or had already announced, D2R, or Diablo 2 Resurrected. So basically for speedrunners, they mentioned that killing monsters around the maps, not important. What's important are the champion groups, since those guys will be giving you 300% experience, and boss groups. So the boss and their minions will give you 500% experience. Basically, you'll be
dark
farming
magic at work here.
those groups, the champion and the boss group. So if you hover over a monster, you see there at the top, skeleton, undead, hungry, dead, that's still undead. So those guys are just normal monsters. So they give you 100% experience. But if you look at this Blood Raven demon, and you know she's a unique boss monster, so she'll give you 500% experience. Oh, I don't have a belt yet. So these guys are actually blocking my charges. So it's not actually reaching Blood Raven. Oh no, no, no. Yeah, I should have went here. With more mana potions. There we go. Got the angle for shotgun. Okay, leather armor, give me 2 sockets. 2 sockets! We won't be needing, like, an armor higher than that. All we need is a 2 open slot
Rest
armor.
now, Blood Raven.
We're not going home yet. Still have this. What we're actually going to do, we're not going to enter the tombs as well, though there are boss groups inside those, which a lot of other players do farm that area in hell difficulty. So once you complete normal, you can open up nightmare, and then after nightmare you can open up
I
hell.
need mana.
So I've completed up until hell recently, and I do have a level 80 character now, and then another one that's in the middle of nightmare. That's why I won't lie to you guys. I have been playing this game for quite a few hours already this past few days, before the announcement of D2 Resurrected. All we're going to do is we're going to look for the Stonyfield Waypoint. Okay, so these large houses, this is a super chest right here.
I need mana.
Now that often comes up for houses that has this like sort of porch outside. If you open a super chest, it'll give you a lot of items inside. So of course, we're at normal difficulty, and it won't give us that much. But usually that's the rule. Like in Act 3, currently we're at Act 1. So in Act 3, there's the lower Kuros. So for those of you who had played D2 before, or those of you who are new to the game, so there's a place called Lower Kuros, which has houses that has super chests. Okay, so this is a good cell. So you can see there's two skills. So +1 to skeleton mastery, mastery, and +1 to teeth. The higher the skill bonus, or the higher the level of the skill that you get as a bonus in these wands, the more expensive it is. White sash, we're going to use that, whatever it is, since it will give us another layer of potions here. Basically, we're very low on gold, so we're just picking up things that is worth selling. So as you know, or as you've observed, real estate space. Oh, okay. So if you check this out, so this has a unique name, Black Touch. That'll give you 500% experience points. Not only him, but also his 3 other minions with him. As you can see, undead minion. Those guys will give you 500% experience point as well if you kill them. So we're in Stony Field. And basically, we're going to follow the path. Or to Vitality. Vitality will give you more health, or life, and more stamina points. So basically what we're going to do is for cold, we'll get 1 for Frost Nova later, and then Static Field Nova. So basically Static Field will weaken our enemy. Basically, it'll reduce its life points. Each level that you do add to it doesn't increase its effectivity, only the radius or the area of effect. For Nova and Frost Nova, though, it'll increase the damage for the damage of the spell. But I think Nova will give you more damage than Frost Nova, since Frost Nova do have an after effect, which is the cold length. But we'll put 1 point in Frozen Armor. This will give us protection. So as long as we have Frozen Armor up, melee attacks, we're pretty much safer. Rakinishu.
I need mana.
Oh, no mana. Come on. Now Rakinishu and his minions. Ooh. Are a good spot for early level as well. But just make sure he doesn't get you. Oh, he's lightning enchanted as well, so meaning he'll release charge bolt every time he gets a hit. That's why staying away from him is something that you'd want to do.
I can't carry anymore. I am overburdened.
Okay. Hand axe. Now we
It's
have
locked.
that. Oh, we don't have keys. By the way, there are locked chests such as these. If you want to open those, you'd need to bring keys with you. If you're an assassin, you don't have a need for keys though. Okay. We have the stones, we have the underground passage right here, but I wasn't able to find the waypoint.
It's locked.
I know. I see there are shrines as well that we're picking up. Right now we have the stamina shrines, meaning if we have that buff active, we don't lose stamina.
I can't carry
Chip.
anymore.
Chip skull. A lot of new players might actually think that, hey, you're a sorceress, so you're a magic caster. You should put points in energy instead rather than vitality, right? You can cast more spells. In this game, no. You can if you're having problems. Oh, this will initiate the.
And so it came to pass that the Countess, who once bathed...
I just love hearing that. So it came to pass. The Countess once bathed in the blood of 1,000 ladies. Still can't hit
I need a key.
with charge bolt. Yeah, we're just casual players playing around with Diablo 2. You know, practicing and preparing ourselves for the release of D2 Resurrected. As you can see in the right as well, that's actually the sprite or the model, the in-game character model for the sorceress in the remastered version. We won't be needing skulls for this character. We might need these chipped stuff, chipped ruby. In Act 2, we'd be able to get the horadric cube, convert it into um, a flawed ruby, and then full ruby, and a flawless ruby, perfect ruby. But whatever tier we'd be able to create, if we get a slotted armor for our mercenary, we can actually put that. It'll give them extra life. So you might think, for example, that here for this jewel, plus 8 to life. It's not much. It doesn't look good, but remember, whenever you increase vitality, it doesn't increase your life points that much as well. Like, for every point in vitality, how many life I think you'd be getting? Very few.
Good day.
Every bit of life points count. To open slots quilted armor, but we have a better one, leather armor, but the defense points doesn't matter at this point or at this stage. So normal up till like middle of nightmare, probably around middle of act 3 nightmare, defense doesn't count unless you're actually running for maximum defense like a paladin or something. For a sorceress it's fine. We don't even need this. We don't need to put a lot of strength in our character just to be able to wear 2 studded leather armor. No, we don't need that. Doing actually is we're getting a bow. Because Kasha will get for completing Blood Raving. I will
I'll put that
give
to good
her an
use.
armor.
I can't use that.
Oh. A weapon. A required level 6. She's only level 2. I'm level 5, so I won't be able to hire someone with a higher level. Okay, well, we'll sell that. This one requires level 3, so she wouldn't be able to do that.
I'll put that to good use.
Now, is it good to put this chipped ruby into this since it has one socket? Well, if you have tons of this, yes, but you'd be able to find a better bow later on than this one. It will only add 3 to 4 fire damage. So from 2 to 10, just add 3 to 4 there. So 5 to 14, or yep, 5 to 14 damage, and it's fire. So it doesn't actually work well. You could put the Jewel of Spirit here, but better to put that in like these two here. The weapon is important for your mercenaries since that's what they're dealing most of their damage with. Especially if you get a bit intermediate with your Diablo 2 lore, you would be able to craft rune words exclusively for your mercenaries, and that will help you a lot. I mean a lot. Now we're keeping the chipped topaz here. It's actually for the better chance of getting magic items. So we might put that in our helm if we get like 2 socketed helm in Act 2, and then we get like tons of these stuff. You can put it there. We'll deposit our gold. Store that there.
It is clear that we are facing an evil.
Now she
difficult
wants us
accomplish-
to find Deckard Cain and save him. Okay. For now, we're going back to the stony fields. No. 8. As you can see here, the Forgotten Tower. That's the quest that we got from reading the tome here, the Moldy Tome, and the Search for Cain. So it says here, go to the underground passage, to the dark woods, search for the Tree of Inibus, and recover the scroll. So, As you can see in our map here, this is the underground passage. Once we go through there, we'll find, if we explore the whole map, we'll find 2 portals. One leading to level 2, and then one leading to the Dark Wood. Which we'll find the tree guarded with brutes, which is a boss group, good XP. After getting the tome, we'll be going back here to these stones that are erected. Do the pattern that Akara identifies the scroll he's saying, and then we'll be teleported, or there'll be a portal that will open to Tristram. Tristram? Yeah, I think Tristram. Right now, let's go through it as fast as we can. That's why I bought couple of stamina potions. Because, aside from champion and boss groups, the underground passage, you don't have to go to level 2. You can go straight to Darkwood. There's no quests, there's no amazing loot here, so we're just going to go pass through it. Get to Darkwood and take the scroll, find the waypoint. Now we need to find the waypoint in Darkwood because Darkwood is the place as well that will lead us to our next destination. Quest-wise, that is. Okay, so we have one Frost Nova now. So I'll put that in F4. We'll put Frozen Armor F5. Frozen Armor. Basically F4. Nope. That's too much mana. So just one Frozen Nova.
I need mana.
Just one Frozen Nova and then static away. Can use this.
Put that to good use.
Okay, so I don't know map reading. Apparently there's a way to read the map.
I need mana. Not
So that you'll find the fastest route going to the shortest route
not enough mana.
leading to the exit. But I don't know how to do that. So we're just winging it. As you can see, we're facing a lot of dead ends. Well,
I'll put that to good use.
by the way, you can drag equipable items to their picture, have them equip it. as long as they can equip it. You can also drag potions to the photograph there. Heal them. Or you can just click shift and then 1, 2, 3, or 4. Whatever potion they need, but usually they just need healing potions. Okay, so as you can see, this is to the Darkwood. You might actually see another one, but it's leading down. It's going to be purple in your map, saying Underground Passage Level 2. You don't need that. You can just go straight to Darkwood. So our instincts were correct. We're now at Darkwood. We're on the hunt for the waypoint in the tree. Tree of Nifus. You can drag a potion there
Thank you.
to help her heal.
It's locked.
Again, you don't have to fight all of the monsters. And you don't have to open all of the chests.
I need a key.
It still got me a little bit OC'd in not opening all of the chests and not killing all the monsters. Since I'm still used to, you know, like, if you've been playing a game for such a long time, it's going to be second nature to you what you're doing in the game. So, for... Okay,
Not
champion.
enough mana.
Okay, so this is the way to the Black Marsh, which we will not need yet. If I'm not recording, I might enter the Black Marsh and just go with it. Search for the
I need mana.
search for the waypoint there.
I am overburdened.
Another ring.
I can't carry anymore.
Yes, you can. And we're going for a static field. Oh! Why? See? Level 86. Level 43. Level 12, but I didn't mean to save and exit. Now we'll have to start in a stony field again. We don't have a portal, we don't have a waypoint yet. Those are mistakes that you might encounter in the game as well. Like if you press escape, easy to just click save and exit. Those are good though if you're like, for example, you can actually rerun Rock Issue. I hear a charm drop. Charm though.
I can't carry anymore. am overburdened.
Okay, so we just need to follow the direction of the map. Your map will only reset, meaning that your current map reveal will only reset to 0 once you either complete normal or a difficulty level and then switch to another. If you go back to that difficulty level, your maps will reset. Another way to reset your map is logging your character or logging your account in BattleNet. Then after BattleNet, go back to single player. If you go back to single player, if you're not playing through BattleNet, and your map would have been reset as well. Now, why is that important to note? Well, if you're running, if you want your runs to be more efficient, so let's say for example, you want an efficient magic find run, and you're looking for a faster way to reach Mephisto, for example. Mephisto, Nightmare in Hell are great to farm. Farm meaning great to kill over and over again. So you wanted to reach Mephisto as fast as possible, but oh, tree here. Okay. Where were we? Okay. So you wanted to reset the map if, yeah, like I said, if you're running Magic Find, you wanted to reach
This
Mephisto
ancient tree has an aura of magic about
fast as possible. Then you can reset your map. Like if you're in Hell difficulty, you can go back to Nightmare and then back to Hell. The map will reset. Now, Diablo 2 is running a random number generator. So each set of map is a tile. So for example, this is a tile. It has different, several different openings. So this one opens south and you have a river. So that's one set. There's a different one that opens up south but you don't have a river. Something like that. So it runs a random number generator and it gives you those set of tiles. So you get a random map every time. So whether it's Bloodmoor, it's still Bloodmoor, but you get a different kind of Bloodmoor. So it's always fresh every time. So RNG, that's why I think it's Extimus or but it's also one of the D2 players in YouTube that's saying, go RNG, RNG Jesus. So, random number generator God.
Ah, very good.
Because for identifying your items, it also runs a random number generator. So this jewel, for example, is item level 3 or item level 4. It'll give you, based on that number, it will give you only specific attributes. So for example, this can give you attack rating, or it can give you, for example, it can give you 3 to 5% attack rating, or it can give you 20 to 30 attack rating flat, or it can give you 1 to strength, or it can give you 7 to 10 life, and all of it is random. So that's why they have re-rolls as well. So for example, this is a level 95 Grand Charm. They put it in the horadric cube and re-roll the stats because a level 95 Grand Charm has a high the best probability to roll a skiller Grand Charm, meaning let's say you get +1 to sorcerer skills and then you get plus to life as well. That's what they are trying to re-roll. It's a bit expensive. It's time consuming as well to collect all of the recipes to just keep re-rolling the charms. And that's what's fun about Diablo. Do the green damage on the dexterity.
Yes?
All of it are garbage for us. Okay. Yeah, I'm a bit OC in terms of my inventory, so I do take time in this part. Sorry about that. Okay. So now we have Akara identifying the key to the cairn stone. So we're back. We're going back to the stony. Oh. We don't have the waypoint for Darkwood. Okay, we need to search for the waypoint here. Somewhere. If it's not... Okay. Here. Okay. He field. We'll go back to... Stone tablets. Okay, so this is... Oh, so he respawned. Right. Grand Charm. We're going back to the stones. Okay. This. No. This. Okay. And we're going into Tristram. It's going to be a bit hard.
Tristram was no match for Diablo's fury.
Oh. Dear Griswold. So if you played Diablo 1, you'll know that Griswold is one of the NPCs in town. He has like Irish accent.
Not enough mana.
Yeah, we can whack him to death if we want. He's cursed.
Help!
So here's Deckard Cain. Go to town. There are champion and boss groups here, which we wouldn't want to die. Hey. Archers are really annoying. They do give good XP though.
Thank you.
Give one to Aliza. Malady. Well, so static field. Opa static. Now we're going to get Wirt's. I don't think there champion or boss groups. Deckard
How's it,
Cain. Now, what
regrettably?
Deckard Cain does is that
Good
he'll
day.
identify items for you for free. So all of the unidentified items in your inventory, he'll be identifying that for
Good
us.
day.
So upon completing the quest, Akara will actually give us a ring, and what she gave us is garbage. Actually, the ring that she gave us is better than what we actually have equipped. But anyways, this is Wirt's leg. Item cannot be sold, but that's important. Important since Wirt's leg is actually one of the key opening the secret cow level. So in Act 2 you'll get the horadric cube, so once you complete normal, you can put Wirt's leg and the Tome of Town Portal in the horadric cube. That if you use them, you'll actually open up red portal leading to the secret cow level. So we'll go back to Darkwood, and we already have the entrance to the Black Marsh explored. We'll just go ahead and find our waypoint here.
I need mana.
Rejuve. I'm not fast yet in terms of swapping skills and potions. That's why I need a bit of distance from the monsters. We're feeling shy. I don't like how our map looks like. Okay, so here's our point. And here's a tower. Okay, that's cool. Okay, now each
This place
level
holds
of the
many
tower
secrets.
will actually give you a boss group, at least one. And on the 5th level, you get the Countess.
I need mana.
Oh. Minor mana, light mana. What I actually do is I farm the tower a lot. Actually, I believe oftentimes I leave the tower level 15, 16. Make sure that I get a lot of runes from the Countess. I'm not actually after the experience, but I'm after the runes. Okay, so uh, our
Good
first
evening.
death.
Good evening.
Okay. Good thing the tower is actually close to our waypoint. Literally, they're just right on top of each other. We actually have a pretty good map here. Towers. See? Level 2 in just one turn. Here's level 3 where we died. Like I told you earlier, I'm not yet fast in terms of switching skills and things. Okay. No!
The Sisterhood welcomes you.
This is just to show you guys that rushing doesn't help. Unless you actually know what you're doing. So we just rushed in, try and get our body. Yeah, okay, what'll help is actually you can set up a teacher so that even if you die, it's a shorter distance. Oh, it's a lightning enchant. Yeah. Oh, we died again.
Good evening.
Because I want to show you. See? Then just set up your TP again. This is something that you'd want to do if you're facing if you rushed the game and you're facing a boss match. Also, it's
Not
two
enough
boss
mana.
groups.
I need mana.
One is stone skin. Okay.
Not enough mana.
Here you go. Probably. Let's go. And go. Ooh. Let's see.
I need mana.
Hold up. Dying.
The Sisterhood welcomes you.
Get her again. Freeze. Get your body. Freeze. Potion. Nope. She's shotgunning me with her on-charge bolt. Okay. That's done. So now I have 20 strength. Static field. Get lighter, probably. Go with charge bolt. Better damage.
I need mana.
And level 4. I think this one's a super chest. Yep, super chest. Regroup. Ouch. Okay, level 5. Countess.
Not enough mana.
Nope. Extra fast. No.
Not enough mana.
Here we go. Okay. Now the Countess is actually here. There we go. So we'll just pull some of the minions out here.
I need mana.
Finish them off. Okay.
I need mana. Not enough mana.
There we go. Now tall, wrong. We'll still need F room since the rune word we're trying to build for armor is tall F. We can also go
I hope to find other
Neff.
such treasures.
Neff tier for a 2-slotted helm, which will build Nadir, which is also a good early rune word. We'll also try to get the runes required for Leaf, which is a staff
It's locked.
rune word. What else? For the shield, I think it's
I need a
Ort,
key.
Tal. I forgot, but it's build Ancient's Pledge on 3-slotted shield. So we got a few runes that we need to hunt. for
Hello.
we need to get from the Countess.
Hello.
Good day.
Okay, so let's just stash our runes here. Always be careful whenever you're managing your stash, especially if you're saving, for example, your armor. And as you know, if you put the armor over something, it'll replace it. That. But don't do that with a socketed armor or socketed item or whatever, and then put a rune or a gem jewel on top of it. It will replace, it will be slotted. I'm actually going to put that skull cap to give me 8 to life. Okay, and we should be ready for another run. So we're at level 9. We've placed basically strength to 20, and then we have placed all of our remaining stat points to vitality. Then we're basically level 5 charge bolt, level 2 static field, 1 frost nova, 1 frozen armor. Now when we get a bit higher in the level, we'll put 1 in telekinesis and 1 to teleport. We'll put nova. We will be running nova and frost nova, frost nova, and static field. So I'd be comfortable if static field will reach around like level 7, I guess. Now if we will be running leaf, which is a 2-slotted staff. Let's actually check Akara if she has 2-slotted staffs. Okay, now if you see here, this is a 2-slotted or 2-socketed staff, but this will not work since it's blue. So if you see the name, Mechanics Short Staff, that will not work to build a rune word since, well, it's blue, it's magic. So it needs to be white, like this one, Short Staff. But it needs to be 2 slots. Nope, no 2 slots. FCR wand. Here, 10 faster cast rate. You might want to run FCR if you want to cast your spells faster. Since, for example, if you're casting a spell and a monster attacks you, it'll be interrupted. You won't be able to cast your spell. So a lot of players would run a high FCR sorceress. Some are actually aiming like a 200 FCR magic find sorceress. That will allow them to actually teleport very fast. So the higher the FCR or faster cast rate, you'll be reaching breakpoints. Now the breakpoints are important to note. You can search what the breakpoints are per character, since anything in between the breakpoints doesn't matter. So if your breakpoint is 53 and then the next breakpoint is 83 or 73, or if your current the current breakpoint is 37 and then the next one is 73, for example, if you're at 40 FCR and then you find another 10% FCR available, it will not do anything for you because Diablo 2 is running at 25 frames per second, and if you reach a certain breakpoint, basically, you start at a specific FPS. So for spell to be cast, for example, sorcerers will start at 11 frames. 11 frames to cast a spell. If you reach the first breakpoint, it'll be 10. Second breakpoint, 9. So on and so forth until I believe like 7 frames. I'm not sure, but that's just like an example. So just for example, 11, 10, 9. So each breakpoint will actually reduce the frames by 1. The frames that it'll take to cast a spell. So if you reach 200 percent faster cast rate, that's I believe the fastest possible cast rate um, for a sorceress that you can build around with items 200 plus and you'd be teleporting around like crazy, so you'll reach Mephisto very fast. You'll be able to basically MF around the area quickly. So that's about it. So on our next journey, we'll basically be um running Countess. A lot of Countess runs just to get the runes before completing the Act 1 of the game. So usually Mr. Llama SC, Eximus, all of those speedrunners would be done by Act 1 by now and probably finishing Act 2 this length, even while explaining since they're already breathing Diablo 2, but we're just casual gamers. And again, this is Rorik Stream. If you want to
Good
see
to
more of
see
these
you.
kinds of
When
videos,
I fled the
remember to
Yes?
subscribe, hit that like button just to help out the channel a bit, and see you again on the next one.